Hello and welcome to Bible Chat with Arleen. Good to see you. Thank you for coming back to see me. I just wanted to touch a little bit on prayer again today. I think prayer is one of the most important avenues that we have. But to pray, you need to have that relationship, even if you're trying to build a relationship with God. You can call Him what you will, whatever He is to you. You know, like that old song say, I don't know what He is to you, but I know what He is to me. So you can call Him Abba, Father, Emmanuel, uh, God, the Savior. I mean, He's got 12 names listed in the Bible, but really, you can call on Him however you choose to do that. That's your own personal relationship. He hears and knows all, and He knows you're talking about Him. He knows when you talk to Him. And don't feel that you have to have a certain spot or a certain whatever situation to pray. I mean, a lot of times you can pray sitting at the table, not just blessing before dinner or before you go to bed, but anytime. You know, let them know, I'm here, Lord, and I'm trying, and things may be going one way for me, but I know you're there, and I'm just going to keep pushing, keep, like they say, push, Push, right? Pray until something happens. That's what I was taught coming up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep pushing and pushing. But we need to have that personal relationship. And like I say, if you struggle with prayer at any time, you don't know who to pray for or how to pray. Start out your prayer with Our Father. You know the Our Father prayer you were taught as a child, and if some of us just look it up in the Bible, the Our Father's prayer. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Start out with that. And first, like I said before, you want to give thanks. You want to ask forgiveness for the sins you've knowingly done, and then ask forgiveness for those that you committed and maybe you didn't know you committed, but you still want to clean up, yourself before you go to Him. And He is a forgiving God. He is a forgiving God. And I wanted to share one little tidbit of my testimony. You may have lost a job. You may have had financial troubles and whatnot. We all have. I have too. I lost a job one time some years ago. Not 3 weeks, not 3 months, but I lost my job 3 days before Christmas. And that's when I really started a relationship more intent than I was. I had been going to church all the time, but sometimes you can go to church Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, but sometimes we just don't feel that connection. That was me. I was going because it was routine, it was a thing to do. Go, go, go. But until something faces you, until something slaps you in the face, that is when reality will set in, and you will need to have your own personal relationship with God. So, back to what I was saying. I lost my job 3 days before Christmas, and I had two teenagers at home. I was a single parent, and when they say the bottom fell out, the bottom fell out. Behind that situation, I lost my home. I gave up my home. I lost my car. I lost my job. My mom was fighting cancer. I mean, things could not have looked worse. And then I had medical issues. We'll talk about that another time. And there was nowhere else for me to turn but turn to God. And that's when we really started connecting more on a one-to-one basis, because I felt like I couldn't talk to people. People wasn't going to be there for me. They're not going to understand. I was feeling like I had failed my family. I was having to talk to my kids. But I didn't take Christmas away from them. We went through Christmas with my last paycheck and all. But after that, I told them, I sat them down. I said, look, I don't know where I'm going to go. You're more than welcome to be with me. My daughter was already in college. My son was still out there trying to find himself. But I gave him the option, best I could for the situation. I didn't know what I was going to do the next month. But with God, all things are possible. So I did. I went and found me an apartment. Didn't have job D first. Did not. Took my last paycheck, my check stub, and took that as proof of income and went and got me an apartment. God opened the door for me to have somewhere to be. I didn't want to go in on mama because, like I said, she was fighting cancer at the time. My sister lived across town. I didn't want to burden her because they had their own thing. My other sister had 3 kids at home. And I'm just one of them stubborn, independent black women. So I said, God, you the only one can do this for me. And I need you to show me that you're there. And he did. It took a while. It took some time. It took a lot of fasting, a lot of praying, a lot of studying. But don't lose faith. Keep the faith in God. Now, before I do want to let you go, I want to touch on Jonah because Jonah is a good example. Remember how when God told Jonah to go and do something and he decided he was going to go do something else, right? He told him, you need to go to Nineveh. That was the answer to the trivia question. And to preach and everything. And he was like, well, I got other things to do. I got this and this and this. So he went somewhere else, right? And then God said, okay, all right, I got you. So he sent that big fish when he was on that boat, right? And he threw him overboard because they were having all that trouble. And then that fish swallowed him up and he was in the belly. That's when he kind of had to see what the deal was. That's when God was able to show him, look, I'm bigger than you. I got this. You need to do what I say do. And that's what we have to do sometimes. We have to hit bottom. We have to be in the belly of the whale, the fish. That's our bottom. That was his bottom because that fish didn't have to get sick and vomit him up to give him another chance to go do what God said him to do. He could have stayed there and been digested or eaten up or just perished right there. But God gave him another chance and he'll give us one time and a time again. Okay? So remember that. And don't get upset with your brother, your sister, the neighbor across the street because it's just not worth it. Life is short enough. Let's be about our Father's business so that we don't get swallowed up by the whale. Okay? See you next time. We did complete Jonah, the whole book. Don't know what we're going to get into next, but it will be good. Thank you for joining me at the Bible chat with Arleen. Hope to talk to you soon. Check out my other videos. Hit the like button down below if you have any questions, comments. Email them to me. Love you, and God bless. See you soon. Try to cut this thing off. I'm still learning.